Full size and ate that. Thank you. Geekdomo said I'm doing an audiobook. Well, Geekdomo is correct. I am doing. I have been asked by an author. Her name is something. Her name is Rebecca Lynn Shelley. It took me a minute. For some reason, I couldn't remember her last name. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, fantastic book. It's immediately what I hearken to whenever I read Rebecca Lynn Shelley's name, I think of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So I don't know why I couldn't remember her name. Anyway, Rebecca Lynn Shelley is the author of the Dragonbound series, and each the Dragonbound series, and each one is titled after a different color dragon. So the one that I'm working on right now is the first one in the series, which is Dragonbound Blue Dragon. It's the first one, and there are 5 in the series right now. I think there's blue, red, white, green, and silver, I think, are the ones that are there. And I think she's working on Black Dragon right now. So that'll be the 6th book, I think. Anyway, she is the author who came to me on ACX, which is the Audiobook Creation Exchange. I think it's run by Amazon. And typically what happens is authors will post their work and kind of open season for, narrators to come to them and say, oh, hey, I'd like to audition to narrate your book. And then they take a sample script that the author provides, and they record their narration, they upload it, and the authors go through the different narrations and see which voice they like for their story. Well, I had been looking at her book before, because you can divide, as a narrator, you can search by voice type, whatever your voice type normally is. So I had put in what my voice type was, or what different voices I can do, and I said, this is it. So I was looking to the voice type, and Blue Dragon was one of the ones that came up for me. And so I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, that looks like it could be interesting. And I opened it up, and I was reading the stuff. I was like, okay, all right, yeah, I'll take a look at this, because I was very busy at the time. I was in the middle of doing the 8 days in a row of doing, the Galactic Guide entries, so I didn't have the time to commit to doing a narration, so I figured I'd check on it next week. Well, last weekend, or just before last weekend, she got in touch with me and asked me to audition for her novel. So I was like, wait, does that even happen? Do authors go to narrators and go, oh my God, will you do this? So she contacted me, and I did an audition for her. And I put up the thing that she said, like on Friday, I guess it was. She said, or it was Monday, I think. She said, oh my God, I'm okay. That is so much better than any of the other ones that I've heard so far. She said, there's still one more audition outstanding that has yet to come in. She said, but right now yours is by far and away the best. And she said, once I hear the last audition that's coming in, I'll make a decision, and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, all right, no problem. So she got in touch with me yesterday morning to let me know that actually read you what she said, because she said, I'd like to make you an offer to produce Dragonbound Blue Dragon. You actually made me cry when I listened to your audition. I was so afraid I wouldn't find anyone who could read the book the way I hear it in my head. I'm very glad you auditioned. There's a bunch more after that, but that's the basis of it. And I was like, I made her cry. So it's always a bright day for me when I can make someone cry. Anyway, so the biggest problem, there were 2 big problems that I figured I was going to have a problem with, and one of them was the dragons' names are a little bit complex. Some of them are, one of the names is Abavasima. One of them is Duranidar, but it's spelled D-H. And so looking at them, it takes a bit to parse what they're supposed to sound like. And it's entirely possible that I may be wrong. And this works exactly the same way as it does with Star Citizen. Because you've got names that you're just not exactly sure how to pronounce. And my problem with doing the Galactic Guide entries is I want to make absolutely certain that I'm pronouncing these things correctly, because as soon as someone listens to that Galactic Guide entry, that's the way it's going to be pronounced from that point on in their head. That's the way they've heard it. This is as official as it has gotten so far. And I mean, especially with this audiobook, it's the same sort of thing. I want to make absolutely certain that I am pronouncing this dragon's name the way the author hears it in her head, because that is the way the name is supposed to be pronounced, and I want to make sure that it's accurate. So that's one problem. The other problem is that the dragons are telepathic with whoever they're bonded to and each other. And I wanted to have the let's see if I can find a slightly quieter place.
Well, look who's back. The knight in shining armor.
That's not
You
quieter.
rescue your princess yet?
I tried, but I wound it up in a dumpster with nothing but a beating and a bad headache. That woman is mixed up in some real bad stuff.
So you ain't gonna help her no more?
I'm pretty sure she won't be needing my help. I'm done chasing after her. I've got a new lead now.
Like getting drunk? That's usually what a fella does around here after he gives up on a lady.
No, I got a lead on my old man. He disappeared a couple years ago up in St. Armando. Haven't heard a word from him since. But now I know he's been through here. Someone here in Port Arthur has got to know where he went.
What's his name?
Count Dodo. He was a pilot. A big, hard, long dreads, natty rasta.
Well, that name rings a bell, but I have no idea where I've heard it. Wasn't recently. I know that much. You might want to try asking around town.
Will do.
That was sort of my point when I said I got a lead to follow up on, you fat, not really fat, bastard. So yeah, this place is not any quieter. Not any quieter. Can I go outside? Hey, can I go outside? Hey. Outside! Let me try this. Of course it's gonna keep playing the damn music. Ugh. I mean, not damn music, it's not, I'm gonna do this for just a second. I want to play you something. You might be able to hear it, I hope. Maybe. Let's see. We'll see if you can hear this.
We must move.
He told the others.
Quickly, gather up your eggs. We'll go to the safety of the high mountains inland. But I swear, we will return, destroy the wretched human colony, and kill every last human we find there.
So, that's there. Good, you did hear it. Okay. That's the... Like I said, the part of the problem that I'm having is the fact that the dragons are telepathic, but I didn't want it to sound haunted. I mean, I've mentioned this before on Twitter and stuff. Hang on. Like I said, I didn't want it to sound haunted because the effect, the reverse echo reverb, which basically means you take a track, you reverse it so it plays backwards. You apply an echo effect or a delay effect so that the echo portion goes forward once you turn it back around again, so that the echo actually occurs before the word is spoken, and then it, instead of fading out, it fades in to the thing. Anyway, it's called a reverse echo reverb. And they did that a lot with, it was really made popular with the original Poltergeist movie, because Carol Ann, when she's when she's in the spirit world, anytime she talks to you, you can hear it, and it does that effect, and it was made popular by that. And it's a really cool effect. I just wasn't certain that it was right for telepathy, because it doesn't sound right if you just do that. It sounds like you're dealing with a ghost. It doesn't sound like a telepathic communication. And unfortunately, Deuterino, you can't hear more because that's all I've recorded so far. The deal has not actually gone through yet with regard to the audiobook. I've talked to her, and because those were our two big concerns: that the names be pronounced correctly, and that the telepathic effect sound right. And I was making that yesterday because I wanted to put something together, and I've been working with that effect for days now, trying to figure out how do I make this work.
Well. Look who's back.
Oh, hi, lady.
And
You look a mess. What happened?
I had some bad luck. I got thrown out of Club Timber.
well,
And with your manners, I'm not surprised.
bitch,
Well, don't just stand out there in the rain. You'll catch a cold.
probably. Ooh, she's letting me come inside. But it's relatively quiet right here for right now, and then the music starts up. Anyway, so we actually I didn't make her cry with that clip. I made her. She hasn't heard that clip that I just played you guys. I made her cry with the sample script that she sent me, which is basically the intro from the book that explains that humans, that basically at the dawn of time, humans and dragons grew up together, and some of them were born to be bonded together, and from that bonding came tremendous power, which some people abused and used it to subjugate those who were not dragon bound. Hear that train? That was in the game, but we've had a train not far from here that's been doing that all morning, which is why I haven't really recorded anything. Anyway, so it was the reading of the intro script that she gave me that apparently made her cry. So, would you get in the door?
Whoa, what is this place?
This is the mayor's office.
You're the mayor of Port Arthur?
No, silly. I am his secretary. I manage his appointments, meetings, and weekly schedules. I take his calls, mail his letters, file his documents, run his errands, and sort his cigars.
Cool.
This job is a real drag, and the pay is lousy. Honestly, I just want to get out of this place. I wish I was up in Saint Armando. Now that is a city with a heart and a soul. So what is your name, mystery man? I'm Antiswa, but my friends call me Andy.
I'm Buana.
Pleasure meeting you, Buana. I would socialize, but I've got a ton of work left to do tonight.
Do your friends call you Buana? Or do they call you Bua? Yeah, some of them want to get used by you. I would imagine so, especially in the furry fandom. But anyway, so she's going to send me the manuscript, and I'm going to read that, and from that I will make my final decision as to whether or not I want to do it. I'm going to accept one way or another. I mean, to be brutally honest, I have no other income at this point because while I keep getting shortlisted for all the commercials I'm auditioning for, I'm not getting them. And the other things that I'm doing, like, well, for example, the Star Citizen stuff, doing the
What's
voice.
upstairs?
Mayor's office. He's never here, though.
Well,
the mayor is working from inside Club Timber.
Oh, I
and
was-
by working,
Uh-huh.
I mean greasing his palms and spending the city's tax money on
Whoa.
his lovers.
Can we not talk about him, his slick palms? And, that's okay, Chairman. I knew exactly what you meant. I love Annie Lennox. But so yeah, the Galactic Guys, the stuff I'm doing for Beyond Skyrim, the stuff that I'm doing for Wit and Lore, Echoes of Twilight. None of those are really paying gigs. They're all volunteer work. So at this point, I have no sort of income really, except for the very, very rare occasional commercial that I wind up getting, and that's like I think I got $200 last month from one of those, and then like $150 the month before. So the funds are dwindling away. So I really, really want to get this thing done. Well, I am a bit of a grammar.
What's upstairs?
Mayor's
I know. I heard. I'm a bit of a what did I say? A grammar dictator when it comes to people, using English correctly. If it's not your native language, I will give you a lot more latitude. But for people who grew up here, they should know how to frickin' talk and spell.
Twinkle, twinkle, little... hey, what's that blinking thing up there in the corner?
It's a smoke detector.
A smoke detector?
You mentioned something about cigars.
What's the computer for?
It is the town hall records. It is just a bunch of boring government reports and stuff. I am typing up the mayor's schedule for tomorrow so he can pretend he's actually doing some work.
Exciting stuff.
Wait,
He's super boring.
Wait.
I wish I could quit my job and leave this dead-end town.
you actually can, but why does your computer terminal sound like a mechanical typewriter? Never mind. So we got the harbor, we got the lighthouse, we got the train station, which, given the fact that they said that the trains weren't working, I'm a little surprised that we heard the train going by earlier. We got the distillery, Club Timber, the cemetery, the hospital, Enola. Oh. That reminds me of my favorite Cajun restaurant out here is called Nola. It's in Redwood City, and actually it might be in Palo Alto. Anyway, really, really good. First time I went there, a friend took me and my husband there, and we got there. We walk in, we sit down, and the waitress came over, and was it that? I think it was the next time we went, because it was just my husband and me when we went the second time we went, and so he and I are sitting at a table within view of the kitchen, and I had already been there once before. The previous time, obviously. And so we're sitting there, and I'm looking at the menu. The waitress comes by, and she's like, "So what can I get for you?" I said, "I want to have the jambalaya, but I want it extra, 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 extra spicy. She's like, okay, spicy. I said, no. Extra, 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 extra spicy. She's like, okay, so you want it spicy? I said, no. 4 X's. Extra, 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 extra spicy. She's like, yeah, I got it. And I said, I haven't seen you write any X's yet. She's like, no, it's okay. We'll get it. And so she takes his order and she goes off to the kitchen. A little while later, my husband and I are sitting there talking, and I glance back towards the kitchen, and I see the head chef who's wearing this brown fedora. And he kind of turns around and points at a pot that's on the stove. He's like, bring that here. I mean, it's loud enough in the restaurant that I can't hear him, but I can see what he's saying. And so the chef is like, grabs the pot and brings it over. The head chef grabs this canister off the top shelf, which is clearly cayenne pepper, just unscrews the lid and just starts throwing cayenne pepper in there. And the guy who's cooking is like, oh my God. And it's like cooking it at arm's length. I was like, that's mine. Yeah, that's mine for sure. And so and a few minutes later, probably about 5 minutes later or so, they come out, waitress comes out and puts down the food and just crosses her arm, just sort of stands there. And I grab my fork and sort of look up at her. I'm like, are you going to stand here and watch me eat? She's like, oh yeah. Like, okay. And so I grab a shrimp and some noodles and I put it into my mouth and I take another bite of it. And I look up at her and I look towards the kitchen, and all 4 chefs are leaning through the window watching me. And so I got up and I faced towards the kitchen and I bowed, and they all bowed in return and went back to work. So later on, a dessert comes out, lands on the table. Really awesome dessert. It's like all these different flavored sorbets and just, it was really good. I mean, imagine basically a big banana split that's made out of sorbets and sherbets. It was just, Anyway, so my husband and I are sitting there, eating this, and the sous chef comes out, and he's like, hey, he kind of elbows me. He's like, how was it? I said, it was really good. It needs to be hotter next time, though. And they're like, what? And I'm like, look, all the heat was on the back of the palate. It was all the way back in the back. It needs more of a vinegar, thing to it next time, so that it hits the front of the tongue too. Because I want all of it to burn. And they were like, you want it hotter next time? I'm like, yes, I do. And they're like, okay. And so he wanders off. A couple of weeks later, we go back. We come walking in. I'm probably 4 or 5 steps inside the restaurant. And the chef with the fedora is like, hey. And I'm like, oh no, they know who I am now. And so I go and I sit down. We sit down at our table, and the waitress comes over. She's like, so what can I get you guys? I said, well, I'm going to have the jambalaya, but I'd like it extra, extra, extra. They know how I want it. She's like, oh, you're that guy. And I'm like, oh no. Oh, this is never a good thing. So eventually I get the jambalaya, and it's all vinegar. I mean, it's not in a bad way, but it's all vinegary, spicy stuff. So all the burn is on the front of the palate, and there's nothing on the back. And I'm like, oh God, damn it! And so I go over, and I walk over to the window, and the chef is like, so how was it? I said, it's really good. It's spicier than last time, but now all the burn is on the front of the palate, and there's nothing on the back. So we need to find that middle ground. And he's like, okay, all right, I got you, no problem. Next time. And I'm like, all right, next time. So we didn't get a free dessert that time, but we left, and like a month or 2 later we go back, and we're walking in. My foot hasn't even landed inside the restaurant far enough for me to be visible from the kitchen. They must have told him I was there, because by the time I step forward enough that I can see the window into the kitchen, the head chef is there doing this, and I'm like, oh no. I go over there, and he's like, I got your number now. And he reaches up above the pass window and pulls down a bottle of Dave's Insanity Sauce. I'm like, that should do it. He's like, yeah, I got you now. I said, yes, I believe you do. Maybe I'll have the... He said, oh, no, you are having the jambalaya. I'm like, yes, I'm having the jambalaya. And so I went. We sat down, and, sure enough, out comes the jambalaya, and I tasted it, and it had plenty of burn on the front of the tongue, plenty on the back. My entire mouth was on fire, but in a good way. And it was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And the head chef came out and kind of elbowed me and said, so what do you think? I said, it's really, really good. It's the burn is just right, front to back, it's great, side to side, full coverage burn. Just make it hotter next time. And he's like, I was like, oh God, no, oh no, what have I done? So he, the next time we went in, which was, God, like maybe 9 months later, we go in and the chef's not there. He had actually left the restaurant probably about a month or two after that. But I told the new chef, because the sous chef was still there, and it was a new executive chef. But so I kind of waved at him. Some waitress I'd never seen before. I passed her on the stairwell as I'm on my way upstairs to the restroom. She's like, "Hey, Spice Man." I'm like, "Oh no, I have a nickname now too? Oh my God." That time, it was so hot I couldn't finish it. And I mean, I was in pain. My stomach was like, you put another spoonful of that stuff down here and I'm kicking it back up. And I'm like, okay, we'll stop right there. I'm like, now we've overshot the mark and we need to bring it back just a little bit. It's taken us 5 bears to get the 3 bear story going on, but I think I've got it now. And unfortunately, when I got it to go, I left the to-go container in my friend's truck. So he probably got into his truck the next day and was like, ah! His eyes were bleeding and shit. Anyway, we were playing The Journey Down, I think. The chairman said something like an hour ago and I haven't read yet. Mm-hmm. Makes perfect sense, Chairman. Yes, we're working on The Journey Down. Sorry, for you guys, it's over there. The Journey Down. Thank you, Alien. Oh yes, Enola. That's why the story came up. Jail. Oh, I'm sure I'll wind up there pretty soon. Industrial zone. I wonder if I can click on these things and travel instantly to any location. Like the train station.
That's the train station.
Yes, it connects Port Artoo to St. Armando. There used to be rails going downwards too, but they are all out of service now.
Well,
Hey, I know that place. It's Morton's Lighthouse.
Yeah, it is a good thing someone finally fixed it. When the lighthouse was sabotaged, the whole city just kind of stopped. It was beginning to make everyone here kind of creeped out.
that was me, lady. I'm the one that fixed it. Me the one that fixed it.
The harbor. That's where we first arrived with the Biko. Looks like some kind of harbor maintenance thing.
Oh, that is the McFerrin Eel Rinse Distillery. It used to be a source of a lot of pride here in Port Artoo before it was shut down. Now all eel rinse is distilled up in St. Armando. Mayor lost the contract to them, as usual.
Ah, that's too bad for him.
For him? No way. He probably got a nice fat bonus. It is too bad for Port Artoo. We lose jobs and money for every new stupid deal he signs.
Yes, Stakis. When I'm in the mood for spicy food, I want it really spicy. You know, if I go out for Cajun or if I go out for Thai food. Oh my God, Thai food. Let me see if I can find one more disturbance in the force. Hang on. See if I can find this this picture. I may have to bring it up on don't even know if that would work. I just found an animated GIF of me just eating steak. It's like the same forkful. Om. It was when I was working at EA this last time, and our boss had come down from Canada, and she's like, I want to go to lunch somewhere really special. I was like, I gotcha. I know the place, but it's going to be expensive for all 10 of us to go and eat there. She's like, it's no problem, don't worry about it. I said, okay. So we went to this place out here called Espitus. And Espitus is a Brazilian steakhouse where it's just guys walking around with swords full of meat, and they just combine, and they just cut off slices of meat, and then he walks off, and along comes a guy with some filet mignon, he cuts a piece off, and he walks away, and along comes a guy with barbecue chicken, and he cuts a piece off, and he walks away, and the next guy shows up, and he's got, just, Anyway, really good place. And so one of the guys that was working with me, I think his name was Clifford, actually, he used his phone and he took an animated GIF of me eating, and it just loops, and it's just me eating eternally, shoving meat down my face. It's awesome. Let's see if I can find this. The picture that I'm looking for, though, that really describes the way that I like to eat. God damn it. It's, let's see if I can find it here. I'm not sure if I can get it here. Oh, wait, I know what I can do. I can take this image. I can save this image as that. Then, I know this doesn't make a lot of sense to you guys, but hang on, bear with me. I'm almost there. An image. Desktop. Where did it go? There it is. This image. This is when I was in Florida visiting friends, and my buddy Herbie, who's the bear in the picture, he's an artist. He is now an Imagineer at Disney World, at Disney, and but he was an animator at Disney for a long while. Anyway, so we went to this place in Orlando called Thai House. It's a nice fitting name. And so we go in there, and it was the same sort of situation as the first time we went to NOLA. I sat down, and the waitress came by, and we were ordering, and she's like, and what can I get you? And I said, well, I want the tom kha gai soup. She's like, okay. I said, I want that Thai spicy. She's like, uh-huh. I said, I'm not kidding. I want it Thai spicy. She's like, okay. And I said, and I want the Massaman curry also Thai spicy. She's like, you sure? I said, yes. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, she's not going to do it. She's not going to get it right. Well, not her, but the chef's not going to believe her. It's like that round eye. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't. Yes, I do. Anyway, so it came back, and I tasted it. She's like, is that spicy enough? I'm like, nowhere near. And she's like, I can take it back. I said, no. Just that little tray with all the hot sauces and stuff on it. Just bring me that, and I'll take care of it. So she watched me, augmenting this stuff. She's like, you actually eat it that spicy? I said, yeah. She's like, so when you say Thai spicy, you mean Thai spicy? I said, yes. That's what I mean. I mean, God forbid I should mean what I say. But, so we had a pretty good laugh about that. And it took 3 times going to that restaurant before they understood what I meant. So the 3rd time, or the 4th time we went, because they now knew that I knew what I was doing. So we went to the thing, and Herbie was sitting at the other end of the table from me, and she looked at me from the other end of the table. She's like, your usual? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, no problem. And she just, because I find something I like, and I always eat the same thing. And so he's like, I want, however he's having his, that's how I want mine. I'm like, no, you don't. You do not. Well, he said, I tried yours before and I loved it. I said, you had one bite. It's cumulative. The more of it you eat, the hotter it gets. You don't understand that, apparently. And he's like, no, it's fine. I can handle it. This picture is what happened when Herbie did that. He was, screaming and pouring pitchers of water down his face. And I was sitting there with a bowl on fire asking for more hot sauce. So, yeah, but he decided to draw this picture for me. But as you can tell, that was a while ago. 2006 he did that. Wow, that seems like a long time ago. Okay. Welcome, Brad. Let's get back to this thing. Where were we? Just read about the distillery. Club Temba.
It's Club Temba, smack dab on Main Street.
Yeah. All of Port Artoo sort of revolves around that joint. That is where all the money is. So, that is where everyone wants to be.
Uh-huh. Tell me about this jail. I'm sure I'm gonna be there. Me sure me gonna be there soon.
It's the jail. I'm just gonna stay as far away from that place as possible, I think.
That sounds like a very good plan, Buana.
It's a cemetery, I think.
Yes, that cemetery is where we will all end up someday, I guess. Gosh, how depressing is that? Get born here in the dark, live here in the dark, and then die and forever rest here in the dark. It just reminds me of how much I want to get out of here.
I know how you feel, lady. You're making me not want to be here either.
It's a cross.
That is the Port Artoo Hospital. It has got pretty decent service, actually, if you can afford it. Rich folks go there, but most other folks just suck it up.
What's this weird thing?
Oh, that is Enola's House of Butterflies. It is pretty much the only point of light in this depressing town.
What's a house of butterflies?
She does butterfly therapy there. It is amazing stuff. Can bring you right out of that gloomy Port Artoo mood in just a couple of minutes. Come to think of it, it's pretty similar to that horrible booze the Misters are always drinking. Except you miss out on the hangover, of course. And it's no good for passing out either. I guess that's why the Misters prefer the bottle.
I don't know if I would say I was missing out on the hangover. No worries there, Stachys. Go right ahead.
It's some kind of factory area, I think.
That's right. That is where you will find most of Port Artoo's industries. The old mines, power plants, the iron works, those kinds of things.
Okay. And I think... Oh, wait. Stop. Don't be a dick.
It's locked in place.
Well,
Sorry. Fire equipment can only be removed in case of emergency.
That's no fun. Nice cigars.
That is a box of Senor Muerte. They are specially imported from Pango Kubwa. The mayor says they are the best cigars ever made. He is very particular about his cigars.
So I have a feeling...
It's a matchbook from Club Temba.
I know what it
A
is.
phone number on it.
I know.
634.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that could get Andy fired. I better not.
Oh, come on. It's fun. Dick. Tech, shut up.
That ramp leads up past the prison and out on the freeway. I'm pretty sure it's a bad idea to go walking around over there.
How do you know? You haven't even tried yet. Having some mouse clicking problems.
Fancy car. Whoever owns this ride has got to be filthy rich. It probably belongs to someone in Club Timber.
Most likely. Click. 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 Looks like the cinema is open. Ladies.
Excuse me, ladies. Ever heard of someone named Kaunan Dodo?
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We are just here waiting for our ride.
Wah, wah, wah. Vegetable thieves. Baron's gold. Wah, wah. I like this music. God damn it.
Looks like there's gonna be a big show tonight. Looks like that.
A favorite point and click adventure game? Yes. Ordinarily, I would not be able to answer a question like that, but far and away, Toonstruck is my favorite point and click adventure game of all time. And it did not get nearly as much publicity as it should have. It's really, really good. Because, I mean, it's just massive voice cast. Huge voice cast. And it covers the range from innocently funny to borderline erotically funny. It's just, it can be hard to find. It was done by, who the hell did it? Virgin Interactive did it. This was back in like 1998, maybe. I think. You can get it on the Scum emulator.
It's a poster for a movie named Vegetable Thieves. First she stole his heart, and then she stole his carrots. Man, talk about drama.
Yes, Toonstruck.
Baron's Gold, a twisting tale of airplanes, goblins, and riches galore. That movie sounds awesome.
I'm more interested in this one poster that says The Hot Meat.
There's a sign on the ticket booth. It says, tickets for tonight's show will be available shortly.
Yes. Everything is fine. The only problem, the reason that I'm clicking my mouse so hard is because I click on something, like say, this door. I click, and he doesn't go. I click, and then he goes. And I'm not sure what's going on.
Yo!
What can I help you with, sir?
So, you never heard of Kaunan Dodo, eh?
Sorry, sir. You're gonna have to ask around.
I don't think it's mouse issues. 'Cause it's only this that's doing it. If I go over to OBS or the chat or Chrome or whatever, it's working fine. Every other place. I think it's just the Journey Down. And I don't think it's the Journey Down Chapter 2 in particular that's doing it. I think it may just be this iteration of it, because when I played it last week, it was fine. Everything was perfect. So there was just something that with this particular launching of the application, it's not quite working. How's business?
How's business?
Well, Mistress is starting to drop in again, and I'm as fully stocked as could possibly be. I couldn't ask for a better evening. I tell you, sir, it's a hell of a relief seeing the city slowly return back to normal. I was beginning to worry that blackout was gonna last forever. You're lucky to have arrived tonight.
What's new?
What's new?
Other than the city coming back to life again, I don't know if there's much going on here in Port Arthur, sir. Grapevines all chatter about them Sisulus and their big catch.
Tell me more about the Sisulu.
Tell me more about the Sisulus.
The Sisulus are just about the only criminals around here beyond Barlow's control. Everyone else is in bed together in some way or another, but not the Sisulu. They're truly outside the law. We don't see them much around Port Arthur, though. They usually hold up far out in the mist, a place called the Outer Cross. Supposed to be some kind of haven for pirates and thieves. Better stay away from that place if you want to stay alive, eh? Because those fellas are known to be pretty ruthless.
Sort of like the Pyro system in Star Citizen. I want some eel rinse.
I want eel rinse.
Sure thing. It's $5 a bottle.
Man, I don't have any cash. Can you put it on my tab or something?
And I'm sorry, sir. No cash, no drinks.
Look! I lit up your damn lighthouse. And for that, your precious city is coming back alive. I think you can spare me a bottle of eel rinse.
I got to hit the streets.
Give 'em hell, sir.
The advantage to discovering this mouse issue is that it is demonstrated to me that I can double click on an exit and go there immediately. Does that say... I think the sign up here says Hotel YOLO, which is kind of amusing.
Who you think you're fooling, Mo? We're never gonna be able to push this produce. Only reason the Sisulus didn't grab it is because it's dried up and halfway rotten.
Shut up, Vince. Someone's coming. Hey, kid. Want to buy some corn? It's prime stuff. Straight from the farm.
yeah, prime corn. Fresh from the farm. Fresh from the, cows or whatever.
Sorry, guys. I got no money.
We could trade. We're big on trading.
Yeah, let's trade. I'd like a big fat bottle of eel rinse.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And how about some cigars? It's about time men of our ability get to enjoy the good life. We're men of class, you know. Men of class should be enjoying a classy life. Ain't that right, Vince?
That's right, Mo. There you have it, kid. Get us some cigars and a bottle of eel rinse, and this beautiful crate of prime corn is all yours.
See you, Alien.
You guys heard of a man named Kaunan Dodo?
Nakadodo? Wait, isn't that guy who had a thing with that girl on the flats? You know, what was his name? Guy was always limping, had a funny way of walking.
Oh, yeah, you mean that guy who was running the bricks for the old stooge over on 6th, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now I know. You're talking about Tommy Three Legs.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, his name ain't Kno Doko or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Great fog today, huh, guys?
It's bleeding fantastic, kid.
Is it always this foggy here?
Sort of comes and goes. Most of the time it's like this. Been a real thick week, though. Thicker than usual for these parts.
Yeah, feels like something bad's brewing out there in the big soup, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's getting cooler now, though. Might clear up tonight. Might even catch a glimpse of the stars. Better watch out, eh, Mo?
Hey, no spookies, okay?
You're afraid of the stars?
Catch a glimpse of the stars, and you know something big is going down tonight.
Something big.
Someone's gonna bite the bullet, kid.
Someone's gonna die?
Yeah, and I don't mean no out-across turf war. I mean here, on the cold streets of Port Archu.
Hey, I told you no spookies.
What's the outer cross?
You best just stay away from there, kid.
What is it?
It's a pirates and thieves nest far out in the soup. You reckon this place is lawless? Take a ship to the outer cross and you get swindled, mugged, killed, and dropped in the mist before you can even set foot on solid ground.
Yeah, that place is run by the Sisulus and a bunch of other lawless hoodlums. Take our advice and stay away from there, kid.
But if you guys think that they're lawless hoodlums, sheesh. They gotta be some real bad characters. This is what happens when you start a stream because you're like 5 minutes late and you don't change the subject before you do it, and the thing goes out and people are like, you know, TMI Tuesday, what the hell is that? I'm like, oh no, that was yesterday. Sorry. That was yesterday.
I gotta go.
Nice talking to you.
And cigar.
Right.
You're a bum, that's right. And when I say you're a bum, I mean like you took us. So I know there's a thing coming up. And shut up. Stop bothering me, Twitch. I know that I'm supposed to be streaming soon. Or when I say streaming soon, I mean Starcast. I thought it does say rubber boat. Okay.
I wonder what this little vent does. Oops.
Take it. You're like a biatch. Get in the goddamn
The
door.
door to the train station is locked.
When is Starcast? That is in 2 hours. See, I don't know of any other reason. Is a trans freak? For later? Yeah, I figured. Eh.
Hey, can you believe this?
What?
I do this job for chum change day after day, and Hustler Mac sell me a bust tire, good for nothing but a trip around the block. When he laid his racket, it sure sound clean, but now I know who's the fool. He played me cut rate, and that ain't cool. I'ma owe Hustler Mac a slap in the face for that chum deal. Name's Rod Reynolds. That's R for real.
Okay. You got a bit of a Mr. T thing going on, which is kind of cool.
Oh, so your taxi's broken?
Yeah, I know you want to roll with Rod Reynolds. That's R for rhythm. I got the smoothest jam in town. Like silk on wheels, I bring my customers to their destination every time. But now, however, there is a slight predicament. My front tire's gone bust, and that sucker Hustler Max got his jive shop closed this hour. I don't quite know what to do. Put me in a bit of a pickle. If I had me a new tire, I'd take you wherever you want to go. But right now, it looks like I'm stuck for the night.
Well, it's kind of funny you should say that. I thought the R was for real.
I thought R was for real.
R is for real. R is for rhythm. And R is for ride. Remember that. Rod Reynolds, that's my name. Driving a cab, that's my game.
You remind me of one of the characters from Toonstruck.
Have you heard of someone named Conan Dodo?
I ain't never heard that name before. Never been in my cab. I'm sure I'd remember.
What you know about Police Chief Barlow?
Oh, you don't want to mess with a man. He's a mean dude with a license to grind your bones to dust if he wants to. If you're a smart cat, you just stay away from him.
What if I'm a stupid cat?
What's hot on the streets, Reynolds?
Streets are cooking tonight, Jack. Something big going on in the city. I can feel it in a fine-tuned, extra-calibrated tingle of my fingers. This is a fine night to score a ride with Rod Reynolds, indeed.
That's a classy suit. I hear purple is the new thing.
This ain't no common purple, Jack. This here is royal purple, and no less. When you riding with Reynolds, you riding with royalty. Can you dig it?
I can dig it. I knew that you could. Can I practice my pickaxe swing on your car, please?
Can I practice my pickaxe swing on your car, please?
Yeah, you do that, Jack, and I practice my kung fu on you.
Waiting for the oh, wow! For a minute there,
I'll see you around.
Stay on top, Jack. In Port Archue, you gotta be street smart and steel hard. Remember that.
For a moment, Yoko, I was not aware of what you were talking about. I eventually caught up, and I did remember what you were talking about. But I was like, what? Yes. Flesh meat.
Look, I got a rubber boat.
Ain't that something? You going for a boat ride?
I don't think so. I'm not sure why I'm carrying it around, to tell you the truth.
I thought maybe we could use it to replace your tire, but no. Okay. Nah. Bah. It's possible, Deuterino. I would just, I just worry about. I don't want to do something and then. I mean, there is the old saying: it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. Plus, it could be covered under parody.
Have you heard of someone named Kaunan Dodo?
I think maybe you're mistaking us for somebody else.
No, I'm just asking around.
Well, you're not getting anywhere with us. We are out of your league.
Okay.
I ain't going near that meat stick again. You'll throw me right back in the dumpster.
Then you can get right back out of the dumpster and you'll still have your kidneys. Everything's alright, man. Ah.
If only I could get my hands on one of those tires. The car's for them. What they need that many for? I could probably pry one of the wheels loose. But I need to lift a car somehow.
Like maybe put a rubber boat underneath it?
I need something to inflate it with.
Damn it! I keep thinking back to my ex-boyfriend, the Space Tyrant, and I keep thinking, oh, I'll just use that oxygen tank that I have. No, that was a different game. The worst part of this is that I desperately want to go to sleep right now. I really, really want to go to bed right now. I did not sleep well. At all. At all.
Local Lannies. It says local Lannies used Mattress Kingdom.
What, I mean, are we talking about a tip like advice? Or are we talking about a tip like, here, thank you, Mr. Waiter, your service was excellent, have an extra 20%? Or are we talking about a tip, well, letter. Talk to the goddamn sailor.
Hey, man.
Well, look who's awake.
Yeah.
Catching up on your beauty sleep in the dumpster?
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of a rough night.
Rough night? Ha! Let me guess. High rolling in club timber on champagne and stardust, and tossed out the back door as soon as your credit dried up? Blubbering land crab.
Yes, please.
This is where that gorilla threw me in the dumpster.
Gorillas can be good for
That's
you.
the door I was thrown out of after they gave me that beating. I'm not very interested in going back inside. Hey, you awake?
Yeah, they're efficient drinkers, mister. These poor fellas had a run-in with the Sisulu.
The Sisulus? You mean the pirates?
Yes, sir. There's some bad news, those Sisulus. Some real bad news. A ruthless, bloodthirsty bunch they are. Apparently they've been pillaging to the left and to the right ever since the lighthouse was broken. Good thing it's finally working again, so now the ships can start finding their way back into port. But by the time these fellas came back, oof, they were broken men. Yeah, a lot of emotions had to be processed after a terrifying event like that. 3 bottles of emotion, to be more precise.
Maybe I should just leave these fellas alone. It's an empty bottle of eel rinse. Can I have a couple cigars?
I'm really not allowed to give away the mayor's, but I guess he won't notice if there is a few missing. Go ahead.
Thanks, Sandy.
Sorry, Buana. Visitors are not allowed past this desk. Mayor's orders.
All right.
Matches plus fire alarm denied. But I got a bottle. So I just need to find a way to fill it with eel rinse. I should go and fill this with tea. You mean, when you say the bar, you mean Club Temba? Or do you mean the bar, Arnie's? That, the Almanac.
Hey, it's a picture of Saint Armando.
Yeah, it's an old, outdated almanac. People like to dream themselves away with pretty pictures, you know? It's been hanging there forever. You can have it if you want.
Thanks, man. I love free stuff. I don't think he wants that.
Well, maybe he can refill it for you, you dumb shit.
Hey, check this out.
What's this? Wow! These pictures are amazing! I could just dream myself off to St. Armando on one of those ships right now. Wow. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm, just testing the smoke detector.
Come on, turn it off. Just push the button on the side, will you? Thanks.
Excellent. One inflated rubber boot.
Whoa, rubber boat engineering rules!
Of course, that probably wouldn't have worked very well.
If you could afford buying a car with fancy wheels like these, then you can afford losing one.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Reynolds, check this out.
Right on, brother. I owe you big. Can I take you somewhere? It's on the house.
Thanks, man. but I don't really know where to go yet.
Don't worry, Jack. I owe you. I'll stick around. You drop by when you're ready to roll.
Yeah. Or rather, yeah. Yeah, those boats are very strong. The other thing is that with that level of decompression and how cold fire extinguishers are, it would have frozen the rubber on that boat and caused it to crack and snap open. But hey, it's a point-and-click adventure game. Let's let that go. I'm gonna go get some tea. I'll be back in about 4 minutes. Squirrel going apeshit out there. I figure I'd like to go to the distillery.
What's up, Reynolds?
I'm geared up and ready to go. Rides on me.
I'll see you around.
Stay on top, Jack. In Port Arthur, you gotta be street smart and steel hard. Remember that.
Uh-huh.
What you got there?
Wow, they're real Senor Muerte cigars.
Fancy brand.
Good job, kid.
Tanks.
Hey, fellas, check this out.
Listen, kid, if we can't smoke it or drink it, odds are we won't be very interested right now.
No, damn it. Don't retweet me when I tweet the wrong thing. Oh, the only way to... Oh, so it's probably in the... Gotcha. Which means I go back to the bar, plunge the drain.
Juana's Rude Boy Plumbing at your service. Gross, man! The bottle is half full of waste from the bar. I got to find more liquor so I can fill it up to the brim. What a wonderful tool!
That's what he said.
I think the drain is empty of yuck. I need to find something else to fill the rest of the bottle with.
Okay. Not going to be like the pipe stand like in chapter 1.
That's one huge crane.
I know. Ow! My foot just cramped. Music in this thing is amazeballs. Imagine they probably won't take a half a bottle.
Hey, fellas, check this out.
Listen, kid, odds.
Not gonna take a half a bottle. Okay, so lighthouse, huh? Of course.
There. Now the bottle is filled to the brim. That's one nasty cocktail. Hey man, look what I got ya.
Well, I'll be damned, kid.
Very likely.
That's some fine stuff, too. Ooh.
Hey, these aren't fresh. They're all dried up and rotten.
Sorry, kid. Deal's a deal.
That's right, kid. Gotta honor the deal.
So that means you gotta take the corn.
It's some dried up old corn.
Dried up old corn, huh?
I don't want to burn that.
Well, I was thinking maybe you could pop it. No. No TMI Tuesday stories involving corn. No. Definitely not. Thank you, Deuterino. Have a great time going off and doing your errands. Hope to see you there. If we don't, we'll wait for you. I know, Yoko. I'm sorry. Sometimes I gotta be a heartbreaker, you know? And I'm gonna throw this rag over here so that I wash it the next time I do laundry. That thing is dusty as all hell. I mean, it's fine for polishing an apple, but like wiping down my keyboard, I think it actually puts more dust on my keyboard than it actually takes off. I love you too, Yoko.
Beautiful.
I know that. I'm getting out of the rain. Just because it's fun to look at the phone book. Phone book. Wait. Wait. Five 512-000.
No one's answering.
Maybe she's too busy with her butterflies. That's what I need to do. I was trying to figure out why it was getting so damn hot in here. It's because my fan wasn't on. I know it's harder to hear me now. Go to the frickin' radio. Okay, good. Just now there's more background hum because the fan is on. I think when I was over, this is a little disingenuous to say when I was at the University of North Texas, because while I was technically there on campus, I was not attending the university, I was just hanging around. Anyway, we had this radio station called KNTU, and KNTU, which they almost, because it's the University of North Texas, they almost called it KUNT before somebody realized what it spelled. And so they decided KNTU was much better, but it was a jazz station, and a buddy of mine was DJ there late nights, and so because he was RTVF major, radio, television, and film, and so I think it was 88.1 was the frequency, I think. What? McFerrin. Okay, that reminded me earlier today when I was watching Around the Verse. Or maybe it was... no, it was Around the Verse. Because I was watching the MVP, which Anything FPS got the MVP. Woo! Today. Congratulations. Not that you're watching this, but congratulations anyway. But it made me wonder, you know, because one of the things that when he first posted it last week, I think it was last week that he first posted the video, I was like, you know, this is really, really cool. I mean, because you know that it not only does it have to have been there for a while for the metal to have degraded as much as it has, but somebody has to have survived in order to place the memorial there, to jam the gun into the ground, put the helmet on there, and put the dog tags on the thing as a memorial. Now, it is either, my guess is that it's somebody who didn't know the person who wore that helmet very well. Because if it was someone who was in the military, they would have taken one of the dog tags back to, you know, turn in as, you know, for accounting for the fact that this I guess it would be sailor, if it's the UEE, has, you know, been killed. They would have taken at least one of those dog tags back. And it wasn't somebody who really knew the pilot well and really cared about him or her, because he would have kept at least one of the dog tags as, you know, to remember them by. But it was also, yeah, somebody had to have survived to put that thing there. But, yeah, well, anyway, the McFerrin thing, what that got me thinking about was, what kind of materials are the ships made out of? And I remember thinking about Firefly. And in the episode Janestown, where they go to the planet where they make the mud to get the stuff, they mention that, Serenity has more than a few ceramic parts in it. And the guy, the boss guy, not Magistrate Higgins, but the guy who runs Mudville, kind of the taskmaster of the thing. There's a point where he said, if you take this right, kiln it proper, and use the right catalyst, it's I think he said it's 3 times as strong as steel, is at half the weight. And I'm thinking, that's a really great idea. If you could find a way to make a kind of a ceramic steel, I was trying to think, what would you call him? Ceramic steel, I think, has already been done. But then I was thinking, ferrin is Latin for some type of metal. I think it might be iron, because of ferrofibrous. Anyway, so I was trying to think, something ferroramic, but I thought, no, ferroramic sounds, no. I don't know. Anyway, it just because the metal in the wreckage clearly hasn't oxidized very much. And they mention in the when I did the narration for the thing that I did. God damn it! I open up my voiceover folder so I'll remember what the hell it is. Oh God, I'm so sleepy. Star Citizen narrations, Galactic Guides. Not Klaus and Burner. It wasn't Bering. No, it can't have been Bering. It wasn't Drake. Flashfire, I think. That they made the puck. Basically, it's like this. It's like as malleable as clay. It's what Flashfire. It's got to be Flashfire. It has to be Flashfire. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it was Flashfire. They the weapon mounts. Basically the weapon plugs into the mount, and then the mount plugs into the ship, because it's basically like a malleable clay ceramic like substance until it's energized, and then it locks into whatever shape it is. And then you disconnect you de-energize it or whatever, and it goes back to this malleable, moldable clay-like substance. You just unplug it again, which is why you can swap weapons out in your thing. Anyway, so I was thinking, they've already got that kind of a ceramic-ish kind of substance, so why not have the hull of the ship? Because it would be incredibly strong, it would be incredibly light. And I was like, ooh, and it wouldn't necessarily rust, which is why the metal of the ship still looks sort of pristine. It looks weathered, but it doesn't look like it's oxidized at all. So that's a really long roundabout story for me talking about the McFerrin sign. Finding it more of a comedy. I hope you're watching them in order. And it does have its comedic parts, which is good, because it needs them. Because some elements of it, especially later on, get much darker.
Have you heard of someone called...
Look, you
ever heard of...
Look, we are not in... You really need to learn how to take a hint.
But
Have you...
Look, you...
it's not a question of me not knowing how to take a hint. Don't care. Hey.
What's up, Reynolds?
I'm geared up.
Well, apparently.
I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Stay on top, Jim Porter.
Yeah. Let's get in your taxi.
There's a sign on the ticket booth. It says, tickets for tonight's show will be available shortly.
Complete show after 2:30 a.m.
Looks like there's gonna be a big show tonight.
After 2:30 a.m. So that gives me an idea what time it is. Oh, the one with Jubal Early. Jubal Early talking to Kaylee about what he was talking to her about. Yeah, that's like one of the last ones. That one was called Objects in Space, I think. Not that I know all of the things by heart. Hey, Buzz. Confused as to what you're talking about with ceramic metal. It had nothing to do with the game. Sorry. No, I was just thinking about if you watch Around the Verse for Star Citizen today, they mentioned that the MVP for this week is Anything FPS, who did this really awesome kind of crash ship memorial video thing. It's really good. It's over on YouTube. DVD says it was episode 10. Anyway, if you look at the shards of the ship that are laying strewn about in the crash site, which clearly, given the presence of the vegetation and the density of it, obviously this crash happened a while ago. Anyway, the fact, as I was saying, the metal looks weathered, or rather the structure looks weathered, but it doesn't look rusted. So that furthered my shut up, train. Furthered my suspicion that it's probably a kind of catalyzed steel ceramic, well, I shouldn't say steel, a catalyzed metal ceramic mixture, so that it's very light, very strong, and doesn't readily oxidize. That rain almost looks too fast. So I was looking at the animation of the rain on the bricks. It almost looks too fast. The dropping of the rain, the raindrops coming in the thing, that looks right. But the way that it's hitting the street looks too fast. Sorry, just occurred to me. That was the thing I was looking at. Toto, they talked to him, but he, for whatever reason, did not accept, because they were trying to hire him. They had reached out to him. This was, God, that was like 6, 7, maybe 8 months ago or so. They had reached out to him, and he had never responded. Or he did respond and just told them no. We're not, still not exactly clear on what it was. But for whatever reason, he didn't.
I ain't climbing back into prison again, man.
Yeah, the Wingman episode. It's not where I was aiming to go, but thanks.
No time to be hanging around in the bar now. I've got to find Count and Dodo. Yo!
What can I help you with, sir?
Got to hit the streets.
Give him hell, sir.
Thanks. 1:49, which means I've got about an hour left on this stream before I have to shut down and get ready with get ready for StarCast. Okay.
I think I'm done playing with the rubber boat.
But I wanna drop the car back on its axle just to screw it up a little bit more. It'll be fun. Come on. You know, fun. No fun at all.
It's a replica of an old ghost ship called the Mistraker. It's Morton's favorite ship.
Fire extinguisher, plunger, and some corn. I don't want emails from iRobot. Leave me alone. I don't care. Oh, good. My friend Ado has added me to circles. Yeah, you are in front. See, I added you a long time ago. You shit. A casting notice. Disgruntled employee needs a better job. Oh my god, I'll definitely look at that one later on. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me auditioning for a commercial. Besides, I don't think I can actually legally do that. Now that she's distracted, can I get upstairs?
What's upstairs?
Mayor's office. He's never here though. The mayor and I. And spend...
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Andy, mind if I use the computer?
Go ahead. What do I care if I get fired? I just want to get out of here. Knock yourself out.
Awesome! Thanks, Andy.
Enter search query. Go Nandodo. Is chat dead? I'm starting to wonder. Did I spell Kanandodo correctly? Alright, we'll search. No pants. Sorry, no results. But I guess that means no pants. Uh-oh. There's that flesh pile. Is that what we call it? It wasn't meat wad, it was flesh pile, right? See, now I can't remember if I spelled his name correctly. If you're gonna love me for something, I'm fine with you loving me for my voice. have no problem with that.
These are some real mean biters. It's a matchbook, Scatter.
Yeah, I know what it's got. Thanks.
It's some dried up old corn.
Hey, lady.
Who wants some corn? Fresh from the farm.
Buana, that corn looks disgusting.
Yes, it
Your
does.
loss.
See, Kimball, we need to redo that song. That song that goes, "'Cause I'm a scat man, skitty-bitty-blah." Yeah, that song. Redo that as, "I'm an ass man." That would be really, really cool. I know I'm not doing that. It hurt just to do that, so. Salulu, that's the word I was looking for. Town Hall record set. Well, let's go with Temba. How about Club Temba? His arms wide. How about we just hit enter? Money. Okay, that's impossible. Calendar. I wonder if it's... Oh, thank God. At least I know I can type it in. I don't have to sit there click, 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 click. Maybe you enter search. Maybe. I'm gonna go with no. Cow and Dodo? Yeah. It's the first thing I typed in. At least I think I typed it incorrectly. St. Armando. Train. I really thought that take care, Buzz. Thanks for stopping by. Oh. Hey, dog. Doubt that'll happen. Buana. Quito. What was the name of the boat we came in on? The Bico. Thank you, Modus. We'll try it again. I'm beginning to think that maybe we're not supposed to know yet. Let's try Andiswa.
I think I'm good on cigars now.
Two-hour payday mission. Enjoy. Why not try Expedition?
Hey, what's this? Evidence of high-level corruption in connection with illegal underland expedition. I bet this report is the key to finding out more about Barlow and Count Anduro's expedition.
Wow. The plot thickens, huh? Looks like you're onto something.
Yeah, I think this file might just help me find out what happened to my father.
But Buana, the file is classified. That means it has been removed from the Town Hall archives. There's no way I can get it for you.
Oh.
It says it was written by the old chief of police, Leroy Makibo. That is probably your best lead. If you find him, I bet you will find the file.
Wow, you're real smart, Andy.
I have my moments.
I gotta find this McKigbo guy.
To answer your first question, Sergey, this is called The Journey Down. And it's pretty good. I'm actually enjoying it. I have never played the Stanley Parable. I have watched it played, but I have never played it. It was first recommended to me because of the narrator's voice. And they said that, you know, whoever it was that recommended to me said that I would probably like it a great deal. To the phone booth. Mrs. McKigbo. 510842.
Hello? Who's this?
Hello, madam. My name is Buana. I'm trying to reach Leroy McKigbo. Is this the right number?
Yes.
Sweet! I'm calling about a police report he wrote a long time ago. It's about the Underland.
Police report.
Yeah, lady. Can I talk to him, please?
Talk to him. If you want to talk to him, you should rather call a psychic. My dear Leroy disappeared over 10 years ago.
So did my father, Count Andoro. I believe there's some sort of connection between your husband and my father. Do you know if anyone wanted to see Leroy disappear?
Leroy used to be the police chief here in Port Arthur, and he had many enemies. He was a diligent and honest man, always working late down at the station to keep the gangsters at bay. But then one night, he didn't return home from work.
Did Leroy ever talk about an expedition to the Underland?
Well, now that you mention it, he did say he was writing a report about some sort of expedition just before he disappeared. I don't know what it was about, but I remember he said he had uncovered some sort of conspiracy.
You think he might have left a copy of the report at home?
Oh, I don't know, dear. I never looked through his work things. The police and the power company cleared out his studies soon after Leroy disappeared.
Power company?
Yes, there was some gentleman here from the Armando Power Company to help with the investigation. Whatever they found, they must have taken with them to their office on Charnel Road.
Hold on a minute. The power company has an office here in Port Arthur?
Oh, I don't know, dear. The office is probably closed now that most businesses moved up to St. Armando. This all happened a long time ago. I doubt I can be of much help to you now.
Oh no, you've been very helpful, Miss McKigbo. Thank you so much.
Not at all, dear. Good night.
So the power company has an office right here in Port Arthur. I bet that's where they hid the missing police report. I've got to get to Charnel Road.
Now I have a place to go.
What's up, Reynolds?
I'm geared up.
Do you know someone named McKigbo?
Ha! That's a funny name if I ever heard one. Sorry, Jack. Never heard it before.
Hey man, can you take me to Charnel Road?
No problem, Jack. We'll be there in a tick. Hide your mamas. Ride Reynolds is back in the game. That's R for Ride. Ride Reynolds. Next stop, Charnel Road.
So, this is Charnel Road. Man, this place looks deserted. It's a rusty old police car. The pickup truck is holding it in place. There's a control panel here that needs a key.
It is a very cool looking place.
There's a fat padlock chained to the gate. Guess they don't like visitors.